Hello and welcome to NEWUP Weather News for our Sunday update for Sunday, February 25th, 2024. I've been saying all along that we've been on a roller coaster as far as our temperatures are concerned. This week is going to feel like a slingshot because we're going to be way up into what I would consider to be late spring, early summer temperatures in the front part of the week, followed by a really solid cool down in the middle of the week, and then we're going to rebound right back into those warmer temperatures towards the end of the week. We've also got our first chance of any meaningful precipitation in the last couple of weeks. At least that's how it looks like it's shaping up right now. So let's get into the models and we can see what exactly is in store for us for this upcoming week. I've got the GFS model up here first, and you're going to take a look and you're going to see that to the start of the week, it's going to be pretty quiet. But then you're going to see this low pressure system moving in. You'll notice the rain to the east and the snow to the west, and then it kind of coalesces together. This is overnight Tuesday going into Wednesday, and I want you to notice the pinks and purples. That's a possibility of some mix across some of our southern and eastern counties, but it looks like it's going to start off as rain and wrap up as snow, and by about what's looking to be like between 9 a.m. and noon, it's going to be mostly out of here. I think folks who are north and west in our counties are going to be seeing mostly snow, while the folks to the south and the east might see rain transition into a mix and then into snow. And then the rest of the week is going to be quiet. The European model is going to say more of the same thing, that precipitation is going to hold off until later in the day on Tuesday. So you'll see even southern Wisconsin could get into some thunderstorms possibly, but the European is a little bit more aggressive with the ice. I don't necessarily think that that's going to be a problem given the warmer temperatures, but I do know that snow is going to come through. I also want you to notice the isobars and how close they are. Folks in our northern UP counties that are susceptible to lake effect snow, you're going to be seeing some lake effect snow. And then again, quiet for the rest of the week, maybe a little bit of shower activity on Sunday, but I'm not putting a lot of faith in that. These temperatures are going to be wild this week. So Monday, we're going to be in the upper 40s to low 50s, and then pushing 60 on Tuesday, but then you'll notice the front pushes right through and turns those warm temperatures right off. And we're going to be down into the teens and lower 20s. But we will rebound pretty quickly as we go towards the end of the week. Temperatures on Friday could be back up into the low 40s. And then Saturday, same thing. This is the GFS model. And you notice that it really likes putting those 50s back in Saturday and Sunday. And this is overnight on Monday, if you can believe it. Temperatures in the upper 40s in the overnight hours of Sunday night going into Monday. The European has pretty much the same idea going on. Those warm temperatures surging on Tuesday, followed by that push of cold air on Wednesday behind that front. But then it's going to warm right back up again going into the weekend. Friday, low to mid 40s. Saturday, possibly pushing 50 or into the 50s. And then Sunday, that bulk warm up. And you're going to notice on the European model here too, that it's going to keep those warmer temperatures overnight Sunday going into Monday. Snow chances, I'm thinking 1 to 3 inches for most of us, with the exception of the folks along Gogebic, Ontonagon, going up to the Keweenaw, and then across northern Baraga, northern Marquette County, you might see more like 5 to 7 inches with the lake effect snow. But I think for everyone else, it's going to be a generic 1 to 3 inches. Icing, I don't think is going to be much of a problem. You notice that there's a strong band over what looks like Menominee, Delta County, and down into Marinette County. I think a lot would have to come together for that to ice that significantly where you'd see a half an inch of ice. I just don't think that that's going to happen. So could we get a glaze of ice? Very possible, especially as that rain transitions into snow. Where the problem is going to be is the temperatures in the upper atmosphere versus the temperatures at the ground. If the temperatures in the upper atmosphere are warm enough to still support rain, but that front has started to push through already and is allowing the temperatures at ground level to be at freezing or just below freezing, then we could see some significant icing. I think what might save us on this fact is the fact that it's been so warm leading up to it. Nothing is really what I would say cold. We don't have a lot of snow on the ground. We don't have snow in the trees. It's been sunny and it's been what I would consider to be mild for February. The temperatures have been in those upper 30s, low 40s. So really nothing is frozen or cold per se. I think that could be our saving grace with the possibility of icing. But that's not to say that you may not see a glaze or up to 1/10 of an inch of ice especially on elevated surfaces, power lines, trees, or on secondary roads, driveways, your back porch, your sidewalks, things like that. So just be very careful Tuesday night going into Wednesday. And then on Wednesday morning, if you end up having to go out and shovel some snow, watch out, because underneath that snow could be a little bit of ice. So just be careful. If there's any changes in that, I'll be sure to update, because this storm is pretty dynamic and there's been a lot of changes. You know, we've been talking about this now for a couple weeks about how towards the end of the month, we were going to possibly see a larger storm system go through. And I don't think it's going to be as large as maybe we thought it would be, but there is still a possibility for some messy weather that could mess with our travel. Let's go into the 7-day forecast, and you're going to see those warm temperatures Monday, Tuesday, upper 40s to low to mid 50s for most of us on Monday, and then those mid to upper 50s, possibly pushing 60 for our southern counties on Tuesday. But as soon as that front pushes through, those temperatures are going to drop and drop quickly. So I would anticipate around dinner time, you're going to start seeing the temperatures dip down because the sun is going down, and as that rain comes in as well. But then once we get past 7, 8, 9 o'clock and that front starts pushing through, folks in our western counties, the western upper peninsula, Vilas, Oneida County, you might start seeing temperatures drop from the 40s down into the teens in a real quick hurry. So, and then that obviously will press further east as the night goes on. So those temperatures are going to be quite warm, but they're going to drop quickly overnight, which is going to allow that snow, or allow that rain, I should say, to convert over to snow. Temperatures are looking like they're going to be into the 20s, might dabble in the low 30s in some of our very southern areas. So Marinette and Oconto County. And then the lows Wednesday and Thursday, single digits to teens. Temperatures rebound a little bit on Thursday, but then you're going to see a little bit more sun on Friday, which is going to allow that temperatures to rise up a little bit more. Saturday, same thing. And then Sunday, we're going to be pushing back to those temperatures that are going to be in the upper 40s, pushing 50. We're going to end, as we always do, with the climate forecasting system, and you're going to take a look and notice that it's going to really define up that system going into Tuesday night into Wednesday. You see those isobars getting closer together around that low pressure system, so that's where the wind is going to come into play, and that's where I think we're going to have that lake effect snow. Now, remember that the CFS paints a broad picture of what's going to happen. So this looks like it's a pretty intense storm, but really we're going to be looking at, like I said, maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow on the backside, up to 1/10 of an inch of ice, most likely just a glaze. But that system is then going to move on out of here, and we saw that it was going to be quiet for the rest of the week, and those warm temperatures were going to push back in. But then you notice that there's another system that looks like it's going to stay off to our west week after next, but that might bring us some rain, and we're going to stay in the warm side of that. What we might have to watch out for, if you can believe it, is the possibility of some showers and thunderstorms that could be accompanied with that low going into the middle of end of the week after next. So that would be the first full week of March. But then that week kind of ends out pretty quiet too. We might see a cold snap going back into the end of the week after next, but I think that would be about it. Temperatures are going to continue to be significantly above average, and I believe that we're also going to see below average precipitation, with the exception of this system that's coming in Tuesday, Wednesday, but that's certainly not going to bring us out of the drought that most of us are in. The National Weather Service issues a drought monitor every Thursday, and most of northern Wisconsin and the western upper peninsula is in the severe drought level. And then the northern and eastern upper peninsula is in a drought, not a severe drought, but still in a drought. We just haven't had the snow this year, and we haven't had even rain. We haven't had anything. So that's going to make life a little bit challenging when we get into the growing season. Hopefully the rains can help us recoup, but that's going to be quite a long ways down the road here. I appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to like the video. It really helps the channel, and subscribe if you haven't already. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/NEWUP Weather News. Otherwise, right here on YouTube, I post a video every Sunday, except I will be taking next Sunday, I will be taking the weekend off. That's Sunday, March 3rd. I've got some family plans, so I will be focusing on those. If something comes a little bit more of this storm here on Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be sure to get out a Weather in 2 video to get that covered. And if anything happens between now and what would I guess be the 10th of March, which would be my next video, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just taking next Sunday off for the update video. I'll be sure to get information out, especially on the Facebook page. Sending out text Facebook page posts that are super easy, so I can get those out quickly. Videos take obviously a little bit more to put together. But I am going to be taking next Sunday off, so hopefully you'll join us in a couple weeks when we get back, and we'll keep taking a look at the weather and see what's happening here in northern Wisconsin and the beautiful Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So for now, we're going to say farewell and have a great week. Be safe on Tuesday, Wednesday with the snow coming in, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.